Okay, 10 more mistakes with word order. And I hope you can see that these are actually very similar to some of the mistakes we've already covered. So really, we are revising. You know, when we look at different mistakes which are still the same mistake, we're revising, we're repeating, we're making sure that we don't forget the previous mistakes. So number one, tomorrow we'll visit my cousin. Really? Are you trying to say that tomorrow, yeah, the day tomorrow, will come and knock on the door and visit your cousin? No. Well, then don't put tomorrow before the verb when the verb has no subject, yeah? This is the subject, surely. My cousin will visit tomorrow, yeah? And we need to put the, well, or tomorrow, my cousin will visit. We can keep the tomorrow at the front, we can. We don't need to put it at the end, we can put it at the front or at the end. But please, guys, if you mean my cousin will visit, you've got to put the my cousin before the verb, yeah? It's absolutely necessary. And I know we can invert sometimes. Yeah, it's true, we can invert sometimes. There are a number of situations when inversion is possible. For example, second and third conditional, negative adverbials that are fronted means that they mean we can use inversion. They mean we must use inversion. But this is just an ordinary sentence. There's no here or there, yeah? There the bus goes, or there goes the bus, yeah? That's possible. There goes the bus, meaning the bus goes there, yeah? But we do this with here or there when they're fronted, and a number of other expressions like negative adverbials. But we don't do it with a simple sentence like this. We have to say, my cousin will visit tomorrow, or tomorrow, my cousin will visit. It must be like that, yeah? You need a good reason for using inversion. Usually it's when you've got the verb to be and maybe a fronted adjective or something like that. Being honest, I can't remember all of the times, but I have gone through them in my video on inversion on the grammar course. So if you want more details, they're all there. Okay, number two, he asked him what were his plans for the future. This is a really common mistake, and we see it again in number 7. And just remember, when you ask somebody, yeah, this is not a question. I know it may sound strange, but this is not a question. It was a question when the person said, what are your plans for the future? Yeah, and this is the point that this must be wrong, because there are no speech marks. And even if we did put the speech marks in, yeah, let's put them in. I hope you can see that it's still wrong. He asked him, what are your, yeah, it would have to be like that. What are your plans? You know, it's probably in present tense. That's definitely wrong, yeah. He asked him, what are your plans for the future? And then you got it right, yeah. And that's a direct question. That would need a question mark, certainly. If you're going to say, he asked him, comma, speech marks, what are your plans for the future? But we have direct and indirect questions. And so we don't have to put that punctuation in. We can just say, he asked him what, okay, I've got to change a few bits of it. I'm going to have to remove that. What his plans for the future were. And then that's an indirect question. Yeah, and we don't have a question mark. He asked him what his plans for the future were. It doesn't have a question mark because it's not a question. It's a statement. It's an affirmation. He asked him what his plans for the future were. Yeah, there is no question there. We're reporting a question. It's a reported question. Yeah, it's reported as he asked him. And for that reason, we use normal word order. His plans were, yeah, but not what are your plans, but he asked him what his plans were. Okay, I hope